This is the Ellison in Wonderland Mental Health Podcast with your host, Ellison Fry.
This is the place that looks through the looking glass and falls down the rabbit hole while discussing mental health.
Join this journey that isn't just about putting mental health into a box that is only about anxiety, depression, or other common topics.
Ellison in Wonderland is about everything that is in that box, as well as all of the things that don't quite fit into a box.
Here is your host, mental health advocate, Ellison Fry.
Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to reach out to everyone again. I know I've given messages the last couple of days, and I know yesterday I was like, hey, don't be nervous or stressed out about Christmas. And I then went out for an appointment. And after that appointment, I went to go shopping for stocking stuffers to finish up the last of my Christmas shopping. And I really couldn't find anything that I wanted. And I was trying to fill up my basket with whatever I could. And I was just grabbing stuff and throwing it in the basket, even though none of it was really what I was wanting. I didn't know exactly what I wanted, but none of that was what I wanted. And I had other errands I needed to make, but by the time I got to the checkout line, I was shaking and hungry and just felt like my blood sugar had absolutely crashed and that I needed to eat. The thing is, though, is that it was not time for me to need to eat. I had had plenty to eat. So this kind of brings me to a call that I had with Dr. Anita Johnston, who is the call will air on, the episode will air on January 11th, and it is about her book, Eating in the Light of the Moon. I read this book 6 years ago, and it uses myths, metaphors, and storytelling to really kind of guide us into understanding our relationship with food and our relationship with eating. And I had this great talk with her about kind of adjusting your beliefs and really paying attention to what you're really hungry for when it's not time to eat, but you feel that hunger. So as I'm in the drive-through of the burger restaurant that's in the parking lot of that store, and my husband's driving and I'm sitting there, and I'm very aware that I do need to eat something because I am shaky and I feel sick and my body wants the food. But I also wanted to sit and think, what am I really hungry for? And it may sound very simple, but I wanted to fill up that basket with the perfect things to fill up the Christmas stockings. So I fell into the stress that I didn't even realize I was stressed about at the moment after I told everyone, don't be stressed about the holidays. And there was a very literal need to fill up something, even though it wasn't my stomach, even though it had nothing to do with food. So I did eat something from the restaurant, but I kind of was slowly eating one bite and taking a few minutes and then eating another bite as I sat there and thought about what I was really hungry for. And what I was hungry for was filling up this empty basket and filling up these stockings with the perfect gifts. And it's just so amazing when that clicked. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so I've been going through this book for the second time because it was 6 years ago when I went through it. And I'm just I've got this whole different vision and understanding of it for the Allison that is today compared to the Allison that was 6 years ago. And it's just such an amazing book. So I really just want to kind of mention this to you and put the plug out that Eating in the Light of the Moon with Dr. Anita Johnston is what we're going to be talking about on our January 11th podcast. And I really just want to bring that up now because I feel like everybody is probably getting to where they're circling that, okay, at the beginning of the new year, I'm going to start this diet. And my resolution is going to be to lose this much weight or to do this much exercise. And I really challenge you all to wait until you watch this episode or listen to this episode on the 11th to maybe not do a New Year's resolution just yet. Maybe not set yourself up with these expectations of diet and exercise and losing weight at the beginning of the year. If you can hold out until the 11th when the episode launches and listen to it or watch it on YouTube, then I think that you might really find a different way to frame and replace that need for that resolution to lose weight. And I know that I feel that way. And I know that I got so much out of my call with her. And I'm just so excited for everyone else to be able to hear about it. And it really was speaking very true to my heart yesterday when I took my step back and I went through the exercise that we had discussed, and I found where the emptiness was. And the emptiness was not in my stomach, even though I felt shaky and hungry and sick to the point that I could not do the rest of my errands. And then this morning, I come into my office and I pull out all of the stuff from my stocking stuffers and I sort it by people. And I realized that I have way more than I need anyway, stuff that won't even fit in a stocking. I would have to give people 3 stockings for it to work. So I definitely, I got stressed out. I told everybody not to stress out, but obviously sometimes we just don't have control over those things. And then it triggered a food hunger when I didn't really need food. So I just wanted to share that with everybody and let you know that that episode is being launched on January 11th. And I really think that if you want losing weight or diet or exercise or anything to do with your body image or your diet and exercise plan for your New Year's resolution, if you can hold out until the 11th and see maybe some solutions to shift that and replace that with some more productive resolution, then I think that everybody that struggles with that, like I do, will really find it very helpful. So happy Wednesday. We are 4 days away from Christmas and just a couple of weeks away from launching the podcast. So excited, and y'all have a great holiday.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review.
Also, remember, this show does not contain medical advice that you should follow without speaking to your doctor. If you or someone you know is in crisis, call 911 or go to the nearest emergency room. You can call or text the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline at 988.